Emotional damage.
Welcome back, guys. Hello.
Welcome, guys.
Welcome 2025. And on top of that, a new president.
Woo.
As of 2 days.
3 days.
Is it 3 now?
It's 3 now.
Sorry.
Officially 3.
We are on night shift, and that's getting strange as far as time.
3 days and a lot of stuff.
Time's not
3
real.
days, anyway.
It's a weird timeline.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
It's almost surreal feeling.
Dude,
Kind of is,
that was
right?
surreal. I was like, he's going to get...
Yeah.
YouTube don't like those words, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's
I'm
why
glad
they
he
did
did
it
not.
inside.
Yeah.
That's why they
well,
said they did it
it was
Mm-hmm.
cold, but I mean, come on, we know.
Yeah.
We've been doing that. There's presidents. There was a president who got pneumonia and died. Was it Theodore? I think.
It was one of those
I think it was
presidents.
Roosevelt.
It was a president.
We've
Yeah,
had
I
a
think
lot
it was
of them in
him.
the past, so I
He
don't
got
know.
pneumonia, died. But
Yeah.
he was awesome. All right, so
Do you
lots
know
of
him?
executive orders. Did I know him?
Yeah, do you even know him?
I feel like I'm connected due to our jobs
Somewhere.
in the military.
Down the line.
He was a cav.
Mhm.
He was a scout.
Scout.
All right.
So crazy stuff happened. I think the most controversial thing, and we have talked about this a lot on our channel, and we were kind of careful at first, and then we felt. Would you say that we kind of felt like that we had a duty to talk about it? There's two things we've talked about on this channel that are dicey, but we both felt.
A desire.
Okay, we'll do desire.
It's one of the
for
D's.
Islam extremism and for DEI and how dangerous it is. And we've actually been touching on that, I think, a little more clearly than what other channels felt they could, while being fair.
Yeah.
And this executive order just blew it out the water.
Oh, yeah.
It took what we said, magnified it, and shotgun barreled it. So basically, the language is, it is dangerous, which we haven't necessarily used that term,
Yeah.
deconstructive and divisive,
It's
and
very-
has no place
very
in
divisive.
America.
Yeah.
And the federal government is now banned from any DEI or related
Yes.
inclusion
They have
policies.
to. They closed all of them down.
By
They were
Wednesday.
forced to. Yes.
by Wednesday
And,
at 5 p.m.
It's
So it's done.
like America used to
It's
be like the right person for the right job with the right skill set got put there. And then we turned
That was a
into
long time ago.
like you turned into
Yeah.
like, well, you haven't had a fair shake. You
Yeah.
are no way in whatsoever qualified for this position. Run this entire police department or fire
Right.
department,
Mhm.
right? Like it
Yeah,
makes
we
no
saw that in
sense.
LA. How did that work
They
for you?
they do that in CEO positions, marketing positions, Bud Light. You know what I
No,
mean?
that was ridiculous. Yeah, the trans
Disney's kind of
person.
hot right now. They're
Yeah.
they're rolling back all their DEI stuff.
Well, there's an email now. There's some emails that I don't know if they're real, but the one from the NSA, National Security Administration, did state that not only will they be dissolved per compliance, but anyone who has information on trying to reclassify that person's role, let us know. There will be adverse consequences.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's someone in the FBI who did that, right? It was the FBI? I think it was the FBI.
It was.
The female over
Yes.
she was over DEI
It was FBI. They labeled from a DEI
to an
executive to just a
executive.
department executive,
Yep,
right?
department
to trying
executive.
to
That's exactly
bypass
right.
it because
I'll try to
was it
find it while
yesterday
we're
as this
talking.
video was being made? They
You're telling me that the federal government doesn't have like a send all to every single agency?
well
Why? Wait,
Yeah.
you think that the government communicating effectively with
No.
multiple branches?
but no, the DEI thing
Never.
is huge because this is government.
These are some of the
And
highest paid people too.
Thousands of people have
Yeah.
already gotten fired in
Yeah.
a day.
They've been trying like a
Thousands
couple of
upon
agencies
thousands.
have gotten caught like relabeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Branch
That
and
was the
stuff like that.
ATF. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
ATF,
we
okay,
misspoke.
ATF, yep.
That's my
ATF.
Her name is Lisa Boykin. Lisa Boykin was the chief diversity officer, and she is now the senior executive. And that happened within 2 days. So the
Yeah.
22nd. So the funny thing is with that, right?
And they can't even use any DEI material anymore. They have to wipe
Yeah.
everything clean of DEI because it is It is very dangerous. It's radical and it's wasteful.
It is.
And
Do you think Pamela Hicks is probably a DEI hiree?
Listen.
I don't know.
There's
She's
a lot of possibilities.
she's not looking like a girl. So, what we're doing. This is what Trump called it. It's insane, and I don't really disagree. He has been a little more reserved on the way he says things, which is crazy. Usually, he's just no filter. He's been very careful with how he said things and what he said, which is insane to hear.
the first term, they were like, well, you were calling women pigs. He's like, only Rosie O'Donnell.
Only one.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
she deserved
worry.
it.
Yeah.
And Whoopi. Oh my gosh.
I think he's more careful this time as well
Dude, he
because
sounds
he
professional.
knows the
Yeah.
seriousness. Because over the last 4 years, they really have messed things up.
Well, let me ask you this: when you are a former president, do you lose all of your
access.
confidential access, or are you still privy
Good
to some of it,
question. You have a clearance.
like a security clearance?
You have a clearance, and that goes away. I don't know. I don't know what. There's a top secret, and then there's this special thing that like Intel guys have, where they have to just access everything.
Yeah.
He has that. But
And now I think he has everything.
You
No, he's got everything
You
now,
forfeit
yeah.
that when you leave.
I mean, like they even had the football.
Well, you know what he did too? This is something we didn't even talk about. He revoked the security clearances of a lot of people.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Bolton. He was the former
Yeah.
Secretary of Defense. Does that sound right?
Yep.
No, or
John Bolton.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, John Bolton. Yeah.
He
said these people have had
he
their
did
clearances
so
too
much.
long. They
Yeah.
don't need them,
Yeah.
which now they can't. Basically, he's saying, I don't want you to continue. This is getting rid of the deep state. They didn't say that, but that is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
When you have the highest people in the CIA and other things who have had these security clearances of the highest level, then they are able to orchestrate things behind the lines. Oh, well, I'm sorry, this is redacted. We can't. And when you strip them of their ability to see,
and he
have
revoked.
that, there's no way.
Mike Pompeo,
Yeah, he didn't
Mike
like
Pompeo.
Pompeo.
I'm trying to remember who that is.
former Secretary of State.
Yeah, he didn't like Pompeo.
Mike.
No, the thing is,
Wasn't that the dude that got shot at that baseball game?
No, I don't think so.
There was
Oh,
a dude
Mike.
who got shot at like some charity softball game. He was a Republican senator, congressman, or something.
Got shot at or shot?
He got shot,
I don't remember.
and he had like this
some
big.
reason.
Dude, I'll look it up.
Yeah. So that's part of draining the swamp. It just came to me that, of course, why would you stop people's security clearances? Well, it's to stop them from being able to have their job and also handle intel. Well, that is the deep state. If you have the keys to knowledge,
Scalise.
Scalise?
Scalise got shot. Yeah.
So anyway, that's interesting. The Panama Canal, I'll go in that later because that's deep. But DEI, man, hugely divisive. And
It is, and
it's not racist to say that. I'll be careful on the other words that the algorithm doesn't like, but it's not anti-people. It's saying, what's his name? John Kennedy, the senator. Okay, he said the funniest thing about this. They questioned him on that, and he said, "I don't think that you should be negatively affected or a decision made negatively because of your race." Or positively because of your race.
Sure.
He said, to a bear, we all taste like chicken.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love his little sayings, but they work.
Oh, it's true. I mean,
Yep.
it speaks volumes, man.
Yep.
It.
I love it.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff's gotten pretty jacked up with putting people in position. Like I had an argument one time with somebody who they have a pretty high up position in a company, and they were like, "Well, I think there needs to be more, people of this, more people of that." And I said, "Okay, so if your upper management came to you and said, 'Hey, you make $250,000 a year. This is so and so. They have zero qualifications, zero
that's
like your
perfect word,
degree is nowhere, or like they don't have the same degree as yours. They got some liberal arts degree.
Yeah, they're not as
We're gonna
qualified.
give this person your job, and you're fired." And I'm like, "Do you just roll over and die?" And they're like,
well, no, never when it's about them. Never when it's about
and then it's like, you know,
Now
it's
when you
not
make
like
it
I don't
personal.
like got you things. Like, oh, well, I got you.
Gotcha.
Well, but
Right?
it's you're using. It's like the guy goes up to the door and he's like, "Hey, look, I appreciate you voting for Biden and Harris.
Yeah.
We see your sign out there. Look, we've got some people are here. They're not here legally, and we need somewhere for them to stay.
Yeah.
They can't
Yeah, I
stay.
saw
Wait,
that.
wait,
I've
wait,
seen
wait.
That
Yeah.
or the sign the petition, and then like, how much do you plan on donating? And they're like,
Yeah.
well, I'm just kind of hard up for money right now. You know what I mean?
Interesting,
Mhm.
There was
because we can look up how much you pay in taxes.
the Nelk Boys did a podcast, and they had this dude that is like just diehard DEI, you know, trans rights type of dude. And they had like this conservative chick on there, and I don't know her name, but he is just like just attacking her and saying a bunch of nasty stuff and
That's interesting.
calling her stupid and stuff. And this girl, I would unalive myself if someone would have said this to me, but she was like, "Can I ask you a question? Like, do you have a father?" And before he could like say anything, she's like, "I asked because you have just this toxic, just such a feminine thing about you." And I was like, "Damn, dude."
You know,
Like-
it's just a shot caller. It's someone who, you mentioned this, the Melania. Okay, so there's a bishop right after the inauguration, like the next day, and they're at a Catholic church, and I mean it's the First Lady, it's Trump, it's Vance
Yep.
and his wife, and this rabbi or priest, whatever. Sorry, not rabbi. This priest is some old female who's confusing looking, and she's saying may God have like mercy on us and guide us in this time where trans women and boys and girls are transitioning. They feel attacked, and
Yeah.
it just goes down this tirade
Vance's-
of
It's one of
stuff.
the worst
face
things
is
I've
just
heard in a long
classic,
It's
dude.
disgusting.
It is crazy.
And these are people marrying gay people, which goes exactly against the Bible. Look at Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm glad you asked. And so it's just clear, like, you do
Pillars of
you.
salt.
You have
Yeah.
this opinion. You do you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But and I'm down with that, but
Sure.
not when it goes. Don't say you are one thing and do the other.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
You just don't like the hypocrisy of it.
I hate hypocrisy,
it's
and
crazy.
Melania was like that. She
Yeah.
had this. I'm not buying it. But like minutes before,
Yeah.
she was on it. She's a very smart lady.
Well, yeah.
Fluent in 7 languages.
Yep.
I mean,
She's super smart.
She married one of the.
I think Barron's
successful
fluent
dudes.
in 2 or 3 languages.
He is. He's fluent in Is she Slovenian?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think she's Slovenian or Slovakian. In either one, he speaks that.
And that's like a
language.
lot of people are starting to say now, like, well, are they going to kick Barron out because he's a birthright citizen and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, dude.
Good segue. Yeah, I
Um,
like that.
They, Melania got her citizenship
She was here legally.
right, legally.
Yeah, that's the dumbest
the
thing.
f-
People don't know
Yep.
anything about
They don't.
anything.
Yeah.
They're just saying
They're-
we're in a culture of just you say stuff and get offended and yell, and then it's the answer.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. The culture right now with this generation and
Insane.
Democrats,
Insane.
they are crazy.
actually crazy.
They are
Dude.
crazy. They don't have any mind
Actually,
to them.
Most of the time. They're
I mean,
dumb.
honestly,
They
it's
just,
like-
call them all the names.
I'm not crazy, but no, the knowledge is
They
out the
shouldn't
door.
even be.
It,
Yeah.
it is just crazy hearing them talk, but then you're like,
Because they don't know what they're
No,
saying.
no,
They
like-
just add all these words and
yeah.
try to add.
like if
Look-
we're going back to the DEI real quick, you know
Yeah,
how
go
he
ahead.
also ended was it one of the civil rights acts? So
Which one?
it is basically allowing companies to hire based on race, color, religion, or sex. He
Okay,
ended that.
yeah.
so
Well,
what are you saying? They took away equal opportunity employer?
Yes.
Okay.
okay,
Yep.
so
So
you
they
know,
can basically hire
Who they
Anyone.
want.
who they want, and
right.
that is
There's no
like
quotas.
no quotas because I've
Mhm.
seen the quotas,
Yeah.
seen them, and I know that they exist. So
Well, yeah, I mean it's a thing. There's even I feel a little weird. Like they want to know if they're going to give favoritism sometimes or have a
Yeah.
quota for
Mhm.
hiring veterans, and I'm just like, I'm not saying that I've said this 1,000 times.
Thank you.
Just because you were stop. Just because you were
should do it again.
just because you were a veteran doesn't mean you're a good person.
Sure.
There's a lot of dudes who were in that
Oh, yeah.
weren't good then and are not good now.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm not even sure, but that was an earned thing. That
Yeah.
was merit, right? In some capacity. Hey, I do swear I took an oath. I forgot to bring that, but I'll bring something when we do our Islam thing next. Yeah, so I just think if I'm not willing to accept that,
Yeah.
or I'm iffy about it, just because how I was born is crazy. And the 14th Amendment, which we can show, I'll put. Actually, you know what? I'll add a link in that for the 14th Amendment. Read what it says. It doesn't say. It says lawfully. Lawfully. If you're not here lawfully, then that's fruit of the poisonous tree.
It is.
So if you're going to say that you got something with the false pretense, you didn't even have a legality to be here, you have no jurisdiction. So the jurisdiction of the birthright clause doesn't exist. And you can argue that, and they will argue that, because that's probably going to go in front of the Supreme Court, as it should.
There was their
to
counter
define
argument
it.
to that.
Yes.
Well, Republicans didn't want to change the Constitution, but now they want to change the Constitution. So now I guess we can do it with the Second Amendment.
An amendment.
And blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. And this
And
that.
everyone articles and this. It's not the Constitution. It's an amendment to it. So it's just. Anyway, Trump did a executive order, birthright, citizenship, no go. You have to be here legally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you a green card or a legal visa holder has a child with a legal visa holder or green card or citizen, yes,
Yeah.
right? You are here legally. You are in this land legally. But no, even other countries don't do that with that clause.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, you have a kid here, and you do it legally, and you're not citizens, and your child is not automatically a citizen. We're not even talking about that. That's what all the other countries do.
Yeah.
So anyway, I digress. What I'm getting at is that's bullcrap, and I wish that we've got to correct what the 14th Amendment actually says and quit saying, oh, well, it's been like this. That's like going in and they have like a discount program, and it was just kind of like a laissez-faire thing. There's nothing in writing that says we have to give you this discount.
All right.
It's just we were honoring something.
Sure.
Panama Canal. Let's hit that one. That's crazy. So Trump wants the Panama Canal back, and I'll tell you why. It actually makes sense. And I think we're going to keep seeing that, like Alex Jones, who sounds crazy.
He is crazy,
He
but
is
he has
crazy,
some good
but
points.
he's actually accurate the majority of the time, like 90% of the time.
Oh, he is.
So back in 99, we gave the Panama Canal to Panama. Fully. Like,
In 99,
The Panamanian
the
government.
Panamanians.
there you go.
They finalized everything in 99 for full ownership.
Yeah.
With the contingency, this is where we're at, that they did not allow overtaking oversight of an adverse country over it. It was to be theirs, and we are allowed to go through unrestricted at all times.
Yes. Yep.
China owns both entries and exits of the Panama Canal through Chinese-owned companies, which, in case we're just not understanding China right now, let's put it real clear. If you don't have a good social score and are in good standing with the CCP, Communist Party of China, then you cannot have a business.
Yep.
In the business clause, you are part of the Chinese party, which is an adverse government to America.
Mm-hmm.
And if those are who own the interests of the Panama Canal, then in a time of discord between our countries, they will stop the flow.
Yeah.
Very clearly. And that's literally in the clause what we said, no, this is a stipulation. So they've broken the stipulation. China has weaseled their way in, just like they're doing at near Fort Bragg and other places where
Everywhere,
they're just buying
globally.
spots of land in very dangerous infrastructure and military areas,
Happening
which
in
is so
every
smart.
country. Yep.
Which is so smart. And they've got
Just
people
smart.
integrated.
They're just
in
smart.
sleeper cell stuff.
Yeah.
They're very smart. I don't blame them for it. We should do the same. We can't because they're too smart.
We got
critical.
military bases everywhere in the world, though.
So
we're different kind.
That's why we're saying it's not some rude thing we're taking back from Panama. We had like over 25,000 people, Americans, I believe, died building that. There's diseases and all sorts of stuff. So anyway, just to clarify the Panama Canal thing, that is a legit thing.
Similar to
gotta
what
get it
he
back.
wants to do in Greenland.
You think that? Yeah, I think that's more for national security.
Well, he wants to put. He said you can put as many bases here as you want.
Yeah. He wants it because
which is a good buffer between us.
it is the only place that can actually block missiles
Mm-hmm.
coming from Russia or China.
Yeah.
Then Cuba, that's off limits.
Yeah.
That's
Cuba still drives around in like 1957 Chevys.
They actually do.
They do.
We know someone
I saw-
who just.
and I saw pictures of it today.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's,
But no, the Panama Canal, he's gonna send people down there, his own ambassadors.
we're gonna
get it
reclaim
back,
is what's
reclaim
gonna
it
happen.
easy.
We won't take it from them,
I-
but we're gonna regulate.
I
it
love how
heavily
the Panama leader is pretty much like, "Oh, we're not gonna follow you." I'm like, "What are you gonna
now. They're
do?"
nothing.
What
no
are you gonna
offense,
do?
But on a military scale,
They're nothing.
you let China just come in and
Yeah.
twist your arm
Yeah.
and
Or
have take
America?
out debts that they that you guys can't
Dude.
pay back.
Yeah.
We're gonna take over your whole country then if you
we're
don't.
done. No. So I think
Yeah.
What I'm hoping is, it takes a long time to implement stuff. He's doing it quickly. Like he even said, the January 6th guys, send this now. Like let's not talk about it. Send it to him now.
They had to
And release
send
him.
marshals in yesterday
I saw that. Yeah,
to
they weren't
get him out.
releasing them.
They were not releasing him. They were holding him.
One guy
I'm
was
like-
in there for. I saw. It almost sounded like it was going to go against what make Trump look dumb. The guy was in there for 4 months. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
He just went in. It was a 4-month sentence. He was part of the mob. Never entered the Capitol. He was pushed into on video. One police officer pushed him into a Capitol police officer, and he tried to brace himself. It's on camera. This is what it looks like. He braces himself to not fall into the officer, and then is arrested.
Yep.
So I'm not saying that they all did things that they shouldn't have, but assault on a police officer is crazy for that.
Oh yeah. The
It is hectic,
J6
I get
stuff.
it, but-
I mean, Trump already appointed a team to overlook everything done over that and make arrests of people who were prosecuting illegally. I mean, that's a big thing.
And it's going to be hard to do that because the Biden administration and anyone over January 6th, specifically Nancy Pelosi, because that was her thing.
Yeah.
She denied National Guard troops, and they burned all the documents.
Yeah, they did. They burned a lot.
And
of
then
stuff.
he pardons Biden in the 11th hour.
So the
Pardons
thing,
everyone
we have
but
to
himself.
the pardon. If there is a real crime that was committed, and it is, they can find proof of it, they can undo the pardon.
I don't know about that. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure about
I
that.
think a full pardon means anything up until that moment that you could be criminally held for and civilly
it kind of
gone.
falls under like. I'm
There's
not
no
I'm not a
limitations anymore.
judge or
Yeah.
a law expert, but I'm pretty sure it falls under like that would be double jeopardy at that point.
Yeah, it would be because you've been found that you can't be found guilty.
Yeah.
So you can't. But these slimy people that are in the swamp, they will do dumb. It just takes one felony. You just have to do one dumb thing that you're used to doing 30 of.
Well,
them.
no. So
it's over.
From what I know about the pardon system, the pardon is a list, and it only chooses specific things. So if they find something outside of the list that was on that initial pardon,
Well, I think that's what the full pardon means, is that it encompasses all crimes.
I don't think so. 'cause-
We'll look that up because
If that's
if
real,
we have
then
a
I mean-
lawyer that knows this.
Yeah.
Please chime in because we're just ad libbing it. I mean, we know some.
We're meteorologists, man. We're professional guys.
We just know about the weather, and even then, it's spotty.
yeah.
There'll be high temperatures in California apparently with smog.
Mhm.
Dang, dude.
It's true. It's true. 74% of that's contained right now.
It's,
So
they
that's
got
good.
like 8 inches of snow in Pensacola.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
stuff,
And
yeah.
Texas got some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's the
anything else we
craziest.
got, or
The port
There's a
entries are
lot.
closed.
No,
There's just
there's
so
a
much
lot.
stuff, dude.
There's the last week
dude.
has been just the most.
It's also flew by too.
It really has. The more things have happened
Especially
last
once you've
week
been
than
working. Jesus.
yeah, than ever. I mean, honestly, we've never had this much action going on in the country.
Yeah.
This much going on. Arrests being made by ICE. The borders closed. Trying to buy other countries. Honestly,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's like
That makes me nervous, but yeah.
I mean, it
It
really
just kind of
is.
sounds like we're being
Tariffs on Canada and
expansionist.
Mexico.
25%.
25%. Canada threatening us.
Now, let me ask you about the tariffs. 25%. Is that 25% just a flat rate, or
Think
is
of it as a VAT.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a VAT. It's anything that is coming in for sale or for use.
So I buy a container of goods. I'm now going to pay 25%.
25%.
So okay.
So it's not that the person's shipping it in. I mean, they do pay
They do.
that tax, but it's not going to be pre-tax. It's as it comes in, there's the tax. So the person who's purchasing the products has to pay.
Yeah.
We'll just call it a VAT tax, right?
Right.
And what did Trump say? He's going to make the external tax revenue service, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, get rid of the
collect.
IRS and put in the external, the
To collect
IRS.
collect some bills, man.
So I think-
Overseas only.
overseas.
He also
Countries.
did say
Only
too.
countries.
He announced he's like, if you want to come to the United States and manufacture, we'll give you the biggest tax breaks you've ever seen.
That's what he's saying. Look, build your
Build here.
facilities here, and then you're exempt from it.
Yep.
Even if they go elsewhere,
Yep.
you're creating jobs.
Yep.
He wants to end the federal income tax. He wants to. There's like a lot of things.
I
There's a
hope
lot
they'll
of,
do the overtime thing.
yeah,
The federal
there's a lot
income
of
tax.
wants.
You
but-
know, the federal income tax was only supposed to be during wartime,
Right, and it's just gotten.
and the
dude,
government,
it
the
was
government
a
was like,
small percent. It was like 5.
well, they were like, man, we're making bank off of this, dude. Let's
Yeah.
just keep this thing
Fine.
around.
Remember
And
the remember the
that's why-
T remember the T tax? What
Yeah,
happened then?
what happened there?
Yeah.
And
But
what-
5% is our national defense budget.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's been a 5% thing.
Yeah.
Because that's all it was supposed to do.
You know what's crazy about the tea thing? You know, like what's
It
a lot of
wasn't
people
Lipton.
what people don't understand about that, how significant it was. It wasn't like a couple $100
No,
of
it
tea.
was
It was millions of dollars.
You're getting a ship full.
of tea back then.
That's a whole. That's a ship
that,
full.
dude, that
of
probably
tea.
took 6 months for them to get there,
Yeah.
only for it to get tossed overboard.
Yeah.
You know, imagine being that captain, like you know in the Joker in the Batman when he's like, when the hospital doesn't blow up the first time.
Oh, and he's like,
I love that. And
that
then
was
it
all
goes-
improv
that
too.
it
It was
was.
crazy.
I love that movie.
That's a
It's
solid
so
movie,
good.
dude.
Yeah. So. I think
Mm-hmm.
the tax stuff is crazy.
I think a lot of it's good, man.
It-
I think if you can get more money into people's pockets, it benefits everybody.
But it's
Yes.
got to get
It's-
to a point where this America First thing, I'm all about it. It doesn't mean other countries none. It just means us. We have so many deals. That's why he pulled out of World Health. And then they say, you're crazy. Why
or
would
the
you?
Paris
There's so
climate
much-
as well.
Well, that's like the
Export.
argument with that was like, well, you know,
That's what I was gonna say.
$500 million wasn't even like a quarter of our budget we spent in the military. That's not what matters. China only paid in like $29 million. And they got a
that is the
billion
number.
people.
They got
We
way
paid
more money than us.
200.
Yeah.
Think about this. We paid in for the Ukraine situation, okay, and it affects Europe far more. He's true that we have an ocean between us. $300 billion more
Yeah.
in Europe. So he's not the World Health. And then they're like, you don't want to be part of the World Health. No, I think the World. He said that World Health is very important, but we're going to pull out until we have a fair shake at it.
Yeah.
He said China has way more people and is a larger country, and they're paying $29 million. Right?
Yeah.
So that's like what
It doesn't make any sense.
wasn't even a fifth.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Not even.
Hopefully, Trump and his team can actually fix things and do it effectively.
And it stay this way
Yeah, it seems like he's doing what he needs to do now,
quickly.
but he's got to do a lot of things. Judges are now trying to block a
They're
lot
doing
of
it-
stuff.
They're doing it in North Carolina. They're doing the immigration thing. They're trying to block.
They're trying.
the
ICE
immigration
is going to do
stuff,
what they want to do
which is
this time now.
crazy.
They're full force. They got the Blackhawks now just
Yeah.
Have you
sweeping
seen
at
that
people.
the Dune thing?
Yeah.
Where, Illuminati,
Yes.
the dice or the dice, the ICE agents
Yes.
before they go into Chicago.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't know, man. You want to know who hates illegal immigrants more than anybody?
Legal ones.
Legal immigrants.
I
Oh, they do?
100% know.
Yeah.
My wife and other people who have paid so much money and done so much to get there the
Yeah.
right way, colleagues and all,
Yep.
they, 100%.
Yep.
Someone who had to do something the right way and has pride in that. When you take that away from them,
And there's a lot of arguments here that I hear where they're like, well, if it didn't take so long, people would do it legally. Like, look, man, like it's not. That's the system
that's
we
why
have.
it's
Yeah.
taking so
Yeah.
long.
That's the system
actually.
we have.
You
It
can't
sucks,
focus
maybe,
on that.
but that's what I'm saying.
You
Yeah.
can't focus on that when we have billions of dollars going to people and trying to filter them into it that shouldn't even be an option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like the floodgates, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're gonna. It's
America,
like standing outside in cookout when you should just go through the drive-thru. Why are you standing there?
That's insane. I didn't even know you
Why
could
would
do
you
that.
do that?
I didn't even know
Walk
you could
in.
do that.
That's insane.
I know that there's
It
a
is insane.
sit-down one in.
There's one where I'm at.
I think it's
I'm not gonna say it, but yeah.
Sit down?
Yeah, don't say it, but yeah.
No,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
full sit down.
Full.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Just like
Really?
just
And
like
they're
In and Out.
fast.
Dude. In and Out's so
And
good.
if there's so many, if
I'm
there's
not
too
gonna say
many
it after we're
cars,
done, but
if there's too many cars, you can park carefully so you don't get blocked in. Walk in, and you'll have your stuff before those cars go through, which is
Really?
crazy.
that is
Yeah.
crazy. I do that a lot
That's
of
freaky
McDonald's.
fast.
I do that a lot of
Freaky
McDonald's.
fast.
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Okay. Is there anything?
I think we're good.
I mean, we're
good.
There's
I mean,
just so much.
yeah, I
there's
mean, we
so
can ramble
much
about it, you know.
we can. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. There's
Okay.
not much. There's a lot going on. There's gonna be a lot going on for the next 4
Wait,
years. So
wait.
get ready, guys.
Wait, so it's
It's not gonna
okay?
stop.
It's okay to work hard and reap the benefits of your labor,
Yeah.
and it's okay to be a heterosexual male and a Christian.
Again.
What? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's actually an okay thing now.
That's where we're at.
Unless you go to that one Catholic church that they went
That's
to.
insane.
Don't
too.
worry, it'll be gone soon. At this point,
Dude,
Excommunicardo.
I
Yes.
would excommunicado that woman for sure. Whatever that is.
It's from John Wick, dude.
John
Yeah,
Wick, go.
I love it. I have the blood token.
Do you?
I do.
John Wick's such a good movie.
I can.
I have a shirt.
Oh,
by
we can slice
Zero
hands, and
Foxtrot.
slice palms
Let's
and
do it,
shake
dude.
hands.
Just pinkies.
Blood brothers.
I
Yeah,
gotta
we'll just
stay at the
gingerly
end.
touch pinkies.
Just
Well, if we violate, it is excommunicado.
Well, what would
Oh,
be
no.
what would be home base? Whose house? Robbie's house would have to be the.
I don't want
his
to be
is the
dude,
biggest
you
one.
have a really good home base.
I do have a nice home
I
base.
feel like we're inferring some or referencing something else nefariously.
Yeah, we're not.
Your home base is way better than my home base. You know, it sounds like nasty. Why are we? I'm like, man, his is really good.
That's really
Yeah,
is the
really good home
best.
base.
I mean,
We're actually talking about our homes.
the
which is
tightest home base
crazy.
ever.
Tightest home base
Oh
ever.
my God.
My God.
Once you get
dude.
in there, there's so much room.
it's
so
so
much room.
clean.
It is
It's kept
very
up.
well manicured. Front lawn.
Got to pay a tax
All
for
right,
it.
I'm over it.
mini taxes.
Anthony, I'm not
Dude, the
25%
curtains match
tariff.
the drapes.
It's 25%
I
tariff.
saw this
all
thing
right?
that it was a Twitter post. It was fairly long ago. Somebody pulled it back up, and it was like we should take all cis white men, put them on a barge, and push them out into the ocean. And then somebody commented, dude, it had like I don't know, 1 million likes, but it was like, why? You'll just be mad. Whatever island we land on, and take it from the pee pee poo poo tribe and thrive again.
Dude, it's funny because what's Megan's last name? Fox News chick. That's
Kelly?
Yeah, Megan Kelly said there was this girl who came on there and she was like, yeah, in protest to Donald Trump and blah blah blah. We're not going to be having relations with.
yeah, I
with,
remember that.
And she's
Yeah.
like, well, good, because then you liberal retards will not reproduce. And I was like, she said the R word.
That one where he's like
awesome.
Thanks, X.
the guy
Yeah,
where he's
exactly.
it's like the panel of 3, and the dude's like talking about like how it's a illegal immigrant, and she's in the hospital, and the dude's like womp womp, and the dude's like, did you just say womp? How dare you? How dare you? And the dude's like, oh, I dare.
I dare.
You know, he's like, this is what we're talking about.
I
right
want
here.
our voice back, and I'm
Oh,
not
we have it
saying
back. I mean-
I'm not saying that we should sit here and be bigots. That's
No.
wrong. But and we're not
super bigots.
the big ones. Yeah, but really, I
big is
think
the super
if
salad?
I have a problem, if I have a problem with someone being trans or a homosexual doing something in my presence, I should be okay and feel comfortable.
I don't
say,
even-
son, that's an abomination to what we believe in.
Dude, he's the grandma from Wedding Crashers.
Am I?
Yeah, where
That's
he's like, I
hilarious,
don't eat
dude.
meat or fish. He's a homo.
Can you imagine?
I'll be in my room painting.
It's- it is a new-
Catalina wine mixer.
It's a new
Catalina
age.
wine mixer, baby.
It's
Yeah,
a new
dude.
age. It is a new age.
I don't know, man.
CNN's firing like
the Crusades have
200
begun.
people already.
Yeah.
CNN what?
CNN's firing hundreds.
Well, that's their whole
of
staff was DEI.
Yeah. So it's like at this point, it is a new age
That
for America.
CNN used to not be like that.
Make it better
man.
again.
You know what? I'm going to say something really weird, but I have, and it's going to sound like I'm making a joke. I'm not. I see women sometimes with their hair cut off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And traditionally, I'm very sensitive to like, okay, they may be dealing with leukemia, and this is just part of the process of the chemo, right? Or some sort of cancer, right?
Yeah.
But they had that trend where they're shaving because Trump won.
Yeah.
So now I'm like,
there's a lot of sick women out there.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you discredit
Do you remember
women
the
who
days,
actually have to?
Like, do you remember the days too? Like before me and my
It's
wife.
a small thing, but that's someone's going through that in their life.
Yeah.
That the essence of a female is coming off, and so that they can possibly live, and then you're just going to shave your head off because
political figure you don't agree with.
maybe let's make scalping great again, because then we won't get confused.
Well, like, do you remember the days
American
when
Pride.
me and Sam, like,
the Pride Land.
like before we got together, like we got married and stuff, but like when I was still
Wait, you got married?
dating, yeah,
It's cool.
when I
I
was
love
still
you, Sam.
dating,
Don't kill me.
um,
Give her a boy back. Let him play some games. All right, go ahead. Sorry, I'll edit this out. Don't worry.
when we were playing. Damn it, you got me.
I know, dude. I'm sorry.
So when I was first dating, like I remember, like when I was in high school, middle school, and stuff, like you didn't like if like the doctor was like, "Hey man, like you got ADHD," you're like, "Oof," like you don't want to let anybody know about that. But then when I started dating, like you're on these dating apps, and it's like, bipolar, schizophrenic, blah blah blah, and I was like, why?
But really fun.
Like that's so
and loving.
embarrassing for you.
oh,
like,
I wouldn't let anyone know.
You know, like I need a man that makes at
I
least
wouldn't let
six
myself
figures.
know if I was schizophrenic.
And take
That's
care of
just
my
it. Like I don't
kids,
go to the
yeah.
doctor a lot because like I had like a pain. I had a pain in my nuts
didn't hear
one
what I
time.
said,
dude. No,
dude.
what'd you say?
I said, dude, if I was schizophrenic, I wouldn't even let myself know.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like,
No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
I'm
No.
the same
No.
way though. Like I had a pain in my nuts one time,
Oh, dude.
and I was
no.
terrified to
Yeah.
go to the hospital or the doctor
What? Because they might look at him.
because like one, two, they just don't look at them. They're like, all right, let's see what you got. Go ahead and cough. And anyway, I shouldn't have done that. I need this bottle later.
I think it's just reminding me of how much pain I have been in. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I was just like, you know what? I don't want to know what's wrong with me, so I just won't go. And the pain went away. Like it solved
You're
itself.
lucky because some people just lose their entire genitalia.
Well,
because they say I'm not gonna go.
let's not gamble that. I don't even like to go to the dentist, man.
I can tell. No, actually, your teeth look clean.
Yeah.
I noticed that today.
I did go to the dentist.
They did a cleaning.
I did.
Within 2 weeks. 1 week.
4 years.
It looks clean.
It's been like 3 weeks. She
Hey,
said that
good job.
my teeth were best she's ever seen. The biggest, greatest teeth. Gums are so strong.
like them, but mine is best.
You could pull an airplane with my teeth.
I
Pull
bet
them
you
right
really could.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could pull a lot of stuff with your teeth.
It's old chompers, dog.
Gross.
Well,
All right.
guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
we've
for hanging
rambled.
with us.
Later.
Cool.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell us what you think. I mean, we already know if you're watching us this far what you think. So give us that thumbs up, subscribe. We appreciate you. Seriously, a lot of you are watching the show and not subscribing, and we appreciate you. Just hit that. You don't even have to hit the
Santa
notification,
Claus,
dude.
We know when you're watching and you're not
We're
subscribing.
watching.
We know everything.
And ask
See
us something.
everything.
Please engage with us.
Yeah.
All right,
consensually.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.